closer to midnight than ever before. This week, scientists moved the clock forward to 85 seconds to midnight, the closest point in its 79-year history. The clock was first created in 1947 during the Cold War, as tensions between the US and the Soviet Union brought the constant fear of a nuclear apocalypse. It's a symbolic measure of how close we are to a human-made global catastrophe, with midnight representing the end of the world. Experts behind the clock say today's risks are more severe than ever, citing multiple threats to global stability, including nuclear weapons, climate change, rapidly advancing artificial intelligence, and even new synthetic biological threats. And in 2026, they warn, the world has never been closer to disaster.
Giving all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Also salutations to all the Akim out there that's pushing this truth. And also shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect. I think I'm going to title this The Day of Doom is Around the Corner. And they know it. You know, that's why the Lord put the spirit on them to basically count down their days. You know. And that's pretty amazing right there. All right. The Lord put the spirit on them to make the nuclear missile, but also count down their own destruction. You know. Show you how Yahweh Bashim Yahushai work, man. But let's get into this lesson. Now, I went to Chat GPT and I put in the word doom, and something in there that stood out to me. All right. It says doom. It says the feeling like something bad is about to happen. The concept of destruction and judgment, right? And we know that's coming to America. That's the future of America, all right? Destruction and judgment. Then it says the game is a video game called Doom. It says, or like biblical prophetic doom. The word carries weight. What direction you're going with, right? And I said, just explain the meaning of it for me, right? Which I know the meaning of it, but just to bring forth edification, right? It says the meaning of doom. It says today, doom usually means certain destruction, a terrible fate, an unavoidable bad outcome. So you see, so it's something, right, that you can't avoid. And that's what's going on with this place, what you call America, all right? Or the so-called white man. It's something that he can't avoid. All right, his kingdom is going down eventually. After his kingdom go down by nuclear destruction, he's going to go into slavery according to scriptures. All right, but let's read that over again. It says an unavoidable bad outcome. All right, which means what is already set in stone. Now let's grab Isaiah the 14th chapter. Isaiah 14 and 24. Matter of fact, let's start from 22. And I will raise up against them, saith the Lord of hosts, and I will cut off from Babylon the name and the remnant and the son and the nephew, saith the Lord. And I will also make it a possession for the bittering and pools of water, and I will sweep it with the besom of destruction, saith the Lord. All right, talking about what? Them nuclear missiles. All right, he's going to sweep it with the besom of destruction. It says, the Lord hath sworn, saying, surely as I have thought, so shall it come to pass. And as I have purposed it, so shall it stand. So there's no turning back from this judgment. All right. There's nothing they can do to turn back this judgment. It says, I will break the Assyrian in my land. Now, the modern day Assyrian today is what? The so-called white man. And upon my mountains tread upon him under my foot. Then shall his yoke depart from off of them. All right, who's the them? The Israelites. Us Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. And his burden depart from off their shoulders. Listen to this. It says, this is the purpose that is purpose upon the whole earth. And this is the hand that is stretched upon all the nations. For the Lord of hosts hath purposed, and who shall disannul it? His hand is stretched out, who shall turn it back? So you see, there's no turning back from this. All right. Once it's all, set in stone. It's already set in stone. It's written. All right. It's written in the book of Isaiah. Hold on. It says, his word should not go out void. So let's grab that too. We're going to grab a couple more of the scriptures. And it's a couple more videos that I want to show you, or articles. All right, showing you that this doom thing is just not this doomsday clock is just not something that they're doing for fun. All right, they have a doomsday radio station and something else. All right, slip my mind that fast, but you'll see. It says Isaiah 55:11. So shall my word that goeth forth out of my mouth, it shall not return unto me void, but it shall accomplish to which I pleaseth. It shall prosper in the thing whereto I sent it. So you see, so the words of the Heavenly Father, man, they gonna stand. Okay, if you believe in the words, man, then guess what? You believe that this prophecy is gonna come to pass. All right, that nuclear missiles is gonna be shot on America. All right. The Lord is not turning back on his word. It's written, it says, the Son of Man is not a man that he shall lie. All right. Now let's go to the book of Daniel. Daniel, let's see. 5 and let's start from 24. And this was during the time of King Nebuchadnezzar, all right? When you go into this story, they was drinking out of the Israelite vessels, all right? What they had stolen from us, all right? And the Lord came and, showed them his judgment, okay? And the same thing, guess what? They got the Lord's real vessels, all right? Us Israelites. And that's another reason why this place is going to be destroyed, for the things that they did to the Israelites. Daniel 5:24. Then was, matter of fact, let's read into it. But thou hast lifted up thyself against the Lord of heaven, and to this and today, right? The so-called white man is constantly coming up against the Lord, all right? Talks of blocking out the sun, all right? Making their own water, GMO foods, And that's a small part of, even this weather that you see, this is fake weather, fake snow, all right? Things are supposed to happen. Things are supposed to be natural, right? It's supposed to be ran naturally. It says, they have brought vessels of his house before thee, and thou and thy lords, thy wives, and thy concubines have drunk wine in them, and thou hast praised the God of silver, gold, of brass, and wood, and stone, which see not, nor hear, nor know. And the God in whose hand that breatheth is, and whose are all the ways, thou hast not glorified. So thou hast not glorified. It says, then that was the part of the hand sent for him, this writing was written. And this is the writing that is written, many, many tinkle and Herschel. This is the interpretation, the thing, many, God have numbered thy kingdom and finished it. You see, so that right there says a lot, So like it says in the book of Job, his days, which I'm gonna grab that too. Right, his days is numbered that what he shall not be able to pass. All right, so America's days is numbered, man. Okay, see, it says, tinkle, thou art weighed in the balances, and thou art found wanting. 28. Paris, thy kingdom is divided and given to the Medes and the Persians. And basically he was just showing King Nebuchadnezzar, like, look, your kingdom is over, man. The Lord, I found you wanting. All right. Your days is numbered, man. And there's nothing you can do about it. All right, because like it says, what's that thing is it's Psalms. It says the Lord setteth up one, the Lord putteth down one, and he setteth up another. All right, there's no such thing as just the end of the whole world, the whole globe being destroyed. No, the Lord's about to destroy this kingdom. All right, and in the midst of him destroying his kingdom, we're going to get beamed up on the chariots. And like it says in the book of Revelations, I seen Jerusalem coming down from heaven. And guess what? We're going to rule this planet Earth in righteousness. And it says what? The nation shall not learn war no more. So the white man, he's not going to come into power. They're not going to be able to pick up arms and weapons and rule again. All right? The saints shall take the kingdom and what? Rule forever, ever, and ever. That's what also the book of Daniel say, the 7th chapter. We're going to rule forever. So let's go to Job. Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass. So you see, that speaks for itself, man. He can't get past. He can't get past his judgment. Because it's already written, it's already signed and sealed, man. Now let's go to Jeremiah 12. Let's start from 11. Jeremiah 51:11 says, make the arrows bright, gather the shields. The Lord have raised up the spirit of the kings of the Medes, which is those Russians today. That's who's in that land today, those Russians. And they're Edomites too. That's why the scripture speaks about what? A house being divided against himself. All right, that's not Japhet, all right? The so-called white man is not Japhet. They're just in that land, okay? Not fucking Japhet. For his device is against Babylon to destroy it. All right, let's read that over again. For his device is against Babylon. What? His plan. All right, this is the Lord's plan. He want to destroy this place. All right, and you can't change the Lord's mind. All right, once the Lord is have something written down, like this is written right here. All right, it's nothing you can do about it. Let's read it. This is the plans for Babylon. For his device is against Babylon to destroy it, because it is the vengeance of the Lord, the vengeance of his temple. So you see, that's what the Lord want to do to this place, man. He want to totally annihilate it, man. All right. That's why you go into what's that? I think it's the book of Romans, right? It says so-called white man is a vessel fitted for destruction. All right. Matter of fact, let's grab that. No, I think I want to read that in NLT too. Hold on. See what it says in the NLT. Let's read it in the NLT. Start from 21. Romans 9:21. When a potter make jars out of clay, does he have a right to use the same lump of clay to make a jar for decoration, and the other to throw garbage into? All right, and that's what he's gonna throw him right into the fire, man. All right, he's gonna destroy this man's society. In the same way, even though God has the right to show his anger and his power, and he is very patient with those of whom his anger falls, who are destined for destruction. You see, that's their destiny, is to be destroyed. Let's read it in the King James Version. If Yahweh willing to show his wrath, to make his power known, endure with much long suffering, for the vessels of wrath fitted for destruction. So it's a sin. If the shoe fit, wear it. All right, and the shoe fit these devils, man. All right. And they're going to have a very agonizing downfall, man. So let's go here real quick. Go to some of my saved articles. So as you can see, right, they even have a doomsday plane. Right? I think this is America, right? They have a doomsday plane. Hold on, I want to play it, but they put a commercial on every damn thing. Hold on, so let's try to get past this real quick. See, even though, that's another reason this place got to be destroyed, right? So let's play this and see what it. Oh my! No, we just gonna read it. Forget it. It says video footage shared online of a U.S. Air Force E-4B Night Watch aircraft known as the Doomsday Plane landing at Los Angeles International Airport (LAX) has sparked a fury of questions on social media, right? Because they know this war is coming, man. It says the aircraft sighting comes at the time of heightened geopolitical tensions, including over Venezuela, Greenland, Iran, and the war in Ukraine. And I think that plane is going to be used or try to be used for, these different elites. They probably have a couple of them, when them nukes is baptizing this place in fire. It says, described by the U.S. Air Force, USAF, as a highly survivable command control communication center, the Los Angeles Times noted that Thursday landing by the aircraft, a militarized version of the Boeing 747, may have been its first landing at LAX. The craft was carrying Secretary of Defense Hicksheath in Southern California as a part of a nationwide Arsenal of Freedom tour, which the administration has described as a call to action to revitalize American manufacturing, might re-energize a nation's workforce, whatever. They using it because guess what? They're going to have to use their plane soon. All right? So let's go to this right here. Let's go to Russia, right? You notice the theme is what? Doom. The theme is doom. Russia's doomsday radio blasts 15 cryptic messages as Europe warns of impending war. You see? So this is the thing. Let's read a little bit of this. The radio channel known as the UVV-76 broadcasts multiple transmissions in the code this week. It sent 3 signals on Monday, followed by 8 more on Wednesday, instilling fear in listeners. And you should be. All right? Hey, I'm going to tell you, because Russia, that's all they talk about is using nukes. This is their main threat. They don't even really talk about going hand-to-hand combat, shooting guns. They be like, look, we're going to shoot nukes on you, man. Showing you what's that? That's Proverbs says, the king of the heart is in the hand of the Lord, and he stirreth it whatsoever. And he stirreth it whatsoever. Oh man, I gotta grab it. Hold on. So I'm about to mangle it. Right, here we go. 21. It says, the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. Another word for heart is what? Mind, all right? Now, actually talking about is your heart don't think, all right? The word heart goes back to the Hebrew word la, which means mind. The king of the heart the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord, and as rivers of water, he turneth it whatsoever He will. So you see, so the Lord is putting on that spirit, to bring out the planes or send these cryptic messages through these doomsday radio stations, or what the doomsday clock. It says Wednesday instilling feeling in listeners that a broader war might be on the horizon as Russia continues to engage in peace efforts. See, and that's why it's written in the book of Ezekiel. The Lord said he's going to put hooks in their jaws, all right, and drag them into this war because Russia is trying to be peaceful. And contrary finds itself in a crucial, extremely fragile state. You see? Let me show you what the day of doom is going to be like. All right. Let's go to the book. What does I think is? Yeah, Zephaniah. All right. This is which is talking about the nuclear missiles. Zephaniah 1:14 says, "The great Lord is near. It is near and hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Lord. The mighty man shall cry bitterly. The day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble, a day of distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness." You see? That's describing what? Them nuclear missiles, all right, tearing this place up. A day of a trumpet and an alarm against fenced cities. What fenced cities? American cities. And against high towers. And I will bring distress upon man, and they shall walk like blind men, because they have sinned against the Lord. And their blood shall be poured out as dust, and their flesh as dung, man. So you see, man, America, have some bad times coming. Neither their silver nor their gold shall not be able to deliver them in the day of the Lord's wrath. But the whole land shall be devoured by the fire of his jealousy. He shall make even speedy riddance of all them that dwell in that land. So whether they out for oil, gold, silver, they ain't gonna make a difference, man. Russia and these other nations, they're gonna push the button on this place, man. All right, and blow it from hell and back. Get the one in Joel too. Joel 2:1. Blow ye a trumpet in Zion, sound the alarm in my holy mountain. Let all the inhabitants of the land tremble, for the day of the Lord cometh, for it is nigh and at hand. A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness, as the morning spread upon the mountains. A great people and strong there have not been ever like, neither shall there be any after it, after the years of many generations. Which is talking about what? The nuclear missiles. It's describing the missiles as people. All right, because like it tells you in the book of Isaiah, the 2nd chapter, it says the nations shall not learn war anymore. So these weapons is not going to exist no more. It tell you, hold on, the book of Ezekiel. Let me see. Here we go. Ezekiel 39:9. Like what's going to happen to their weapons. Ezekiel 39:9. I start from 8. Behold, it is come, it is done, saith the Lord. This is the day whereof I have spoken. And they that dwell in the cities of Israel shall go forth and set on fire and burn the weapons, both the shields, the bucklers, the bows, the arrows, the hand staffs, the spears, and they shall burn them with fire for 7 years. So that they shall not take wood out of the field, neither cut out any forest, but they shall burn them. But they shall burn the weapons with fire. Because you know we're gonna have spiritual powers. All right, we're gonna need wood to burn anything. All right, we're gonna use those spiritual powers. And they shall spoil those that spoil them, and rob those that rob them, saith the Lord. You see? See, but all those weapons is going to be burnt up, man. All right, so let's go back to Joel. It says, which is talking about the nuclear missiles. It says, a fire devoureth before them, and behind them a flame burneth. The land is as a garden of Eden, and before them left a desolate wilderness. So it's going to be nothing, man. All right. And yea, nothing shall escape them. So whatever on the U.S. soil, all right, is going to be consumed by this fire. Like it says, a garden Eden before them. All right. And what's after is what? Complete desolation, man. The appearance of them is as the appearance of horses, and as the horses they shall run, right? And it's compared to what? The nukes to horses. Also, you can find a scripture similar to this in the book of Revelations. Like the noise of chariots on the top of the mountains, they shall leap, and like the noise of the flame of fire, they shall devour the stubble, as a strong people sat in the battle of Ray. Before their face, the people shall be in much pain. All faces shall gather back. Yeah, people screaming, wailing, you know, gather much pain. When that fire hits you, you know, what's that? The movie Terminator, right? Sarah Connor, you know, have a painful face. All right. They shall run like mighty men. They shall climb the wall like men of war. They shall march every one of his ways. They shall not break their ranks. Neither shall one thrust another. They shall walk everyone in his path, which means what? The Lord have a spiritual GPS on the missiles to come hit America. All right. They ain't gonna break rank. The angels, all right, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is going to guide the missiles over here. It says, they shall run like mighty men. They shall climb upon the wall like men of war. They shall march every one of his ways. They shall not break ranks, neither shall they thrust one another. They shall walk everyone in his path. And when they fall upon the sword, they shall not be wounded. Yeah, you're going to get wounded. They shall run to and fro in the city. They shall run upon the wall. They shall climb upon the houses. They shall enter into the windows like a thief. The earth shall quake before them. Right, that goes into what? The book of Isaiah. The earth shall reel to and fro like a drunkard. Those missiles, all the missiles that's gonna hit this place, is gonna knock this place off its axis or rock this place off its axles. Okay. It says, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Lord shall utter his voice before his army, and his great camp is very great. He is strong that executeth his word. The day of the Lord is great, very terrible. Who can abide? All right, so with that, I'm going to say all praise and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the elders of GMS. Also salutations to all the Akim out there that's pushing this truth. And also shalom to the rest of the hopeful elect. Peace.